Assalamualaikum and very good day everyone. My name is Wan Alia Dalila binti Wan Muhammad Zurahin. So today my group would like to introduce our group project on developing on employee and payroll management system for Ocean Gas Holding Berhad. Ocean Gas Holding Berhad is an oil and gas company based on Terengganu, Malaysia, established on 20 February 2020. Since it is still a relatively new company, Ocean Gas Holding Berhad is growing quickly and has to manage an expanding workforce across both offshore and onshore operations. However, our current payroll process are still manual and not fully efficient, which make it difficult to handle salary payment accurately, especially as the number of employees keep increasing. This can lead to delay, error, and even potential compliance problem with statutory contribution and deductions. To address these challenges, our group has designed a simple yet effective employee payroll payment using Microsoft Excel. This system aims to make salary calculation more accurate, transparent, and efficient. It will help reduce error, save time for the HR department, and ensure that employees receive their payments on time and with clear records. We believe this project is significant because it supports better data management, build trust between employee and the company, and help Ocean Gas Holding Berhad comply with rigor requirement. At the same time, the system is flexible and cost-effective, making it suitable for a growing company that needs a practical solution without high implementation costs. Through this project, we aim to show how management information system can be used to solve real business problems, improve HR operations, and contribute to a more transparent and reliable payroll process for everyone involved.
My name is Nurul Ain binti Muhammad Zamri, and I will continue our presentation with the project significant for both Ocean Gas Holding Berhad and its employees. First of all, our system helps the company improve the efficiency by automating payroll calculation. Instead of spending long hours on repetitive tasks, the HR department can process salary faster with fewer errors and focus on more strategic responsibility. Secondly, the system supports compliance with the legal requirements and statutory contribution, which is extremely important for avoiding potential penalties and protecting the company's reputation. With accurate records of EPF, SOSO, tax, and other deduction, Ocean Gas Holding Berhad can meet all the relevant regulation more confidently and transparently. Third, this project is directly benefit the employees by ensuring that salaries are paid on time with a clear and detailed pay slips. When employees can easily see their allowance, overtime, and deduction, they will have more trust in the company and feel more satisfied and secure with their work. This transparency can also reduce the conflict and build a stronger relation between the staff and management. Next, our system provides a reliable data management, meaning that employees' records are more organized and easier to update in the future. This makes decision-making smoother for management, especially when it comes to planning manpower or reviewing budget. In addition, the system is scalable, so it can adapt as the company grows and hire more employees. This means Ocean Gas Holding Berhad does not need to invest heavily in a new system later on, which save costs and support long-term sustainability. Overall, this project shows how a simple, well-designed management information system can solve practically business problems and deliver benefits both the employer and the employees, strengthening the company's HR processes in a meaningful and future-oriented way.
My name is Irdina binti Ilyas. I will present employee payroll data system. So, we have our login page here of our Ocean Gas Holding Berhad. On this page, the employee needs to use their employee ID to log in into the system. So this is our employee ID boxes that the employee need to fill in their employee ID. And the function that we use is VLOOKUP. Our VLOOKUP value is F7, and this is our table array, and this is our column index and the range lookup here. The range lookup we took from the employee data sheet from B9 until Z108 here. And we go back to our login sheet. So this false is to get exact match and accurate. So this ID number is our reference. So let's say if we use ID OG 100, it shows Muhammad Ramli. Before this, Tan Mei Ling. So this shows that the employee ID have been changed because it's connected to employee data sheet. And we also use hyperlink for enter button after we fill in the employee ID. So after we click the enter button, it will navigate to the home page sheet. So we go back to the login sheet. If employee should enter according to the instruction, this box shows that employee ID value should be OG XXX. So the number must not be more than 3 numbers. Let's say if we use 0501, it will show hashtag no answer. It will appear hashtag no answer for error, and it will not appear the rest of information, and we will not able to retrieve into the home page because we may retrieve into the home page if we put the accurate employee ID. So let's put the accurate one, OG 100. So it shows Muhammad Ramli, and we enter login. So this is our home page. This is our home page sheet. There are 5 functions, which are personal detail, employee detail, overtime summary, and dashboard and pay slips button. And every button we use have the hyperlink function, so we can retrieve to any sheet that we want. For example, we click on the personal detail button, so it will retrieve to personal detail sheet. And if we want to go back to the home button, just click on the home button. And if we want to go to overtime summary sheet, just click on the overtime summary sheet. And here we have 3 different buttons, which is next, previous, and home button. These buttons may help you to retrieve to other sheets easily. For example, we click on the previous button, so it will go to employee data sheet. So if we click on next button, it will go back to the overtime employee summary. So we want to go back to the home, just click on the home button. So here, after we retrieve on the sheet that we want, and we wanted to log out, we have the log out button. So when we click it, it will navigate to the login page. Means that we already logged out from the system. So click on this button logo. So here we already back to the login page.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Nadia Natasha binti Nur Azlan. So here I show to you guys our employee personal details. So we have here is Tan Mei Long personal details. Okay, now I want to change our employee. So I click D14, which is at the employee ID table. I change it to OG022. And here we have changed the employee details. So The D14 is our employee ID, is also our main reference. To get the all of the personal data, I go to the employee data sheets, and here from B9 to Z108 we have all the details such as their personal details, their salary, their allowance, and so on. So now I go back to the personal detail. So I want to know what bank our employee is. So we use VLOOKUP function at so she used RHB Bank, and then we can refer back to the employee data at the table number 11 here. All of this is the overall employee bank what they use, and then the false function is to get an exact match and accurate info about our employee personal details. And then I move to the employee data. We want to know their total allowance, so we use the function or the Excel formula which is add. So how to get the total allowance? We use food allowance total out with the medical allowance, and then we get the total allowance. And then the basic salary. So basic salary is the total working hours multiply with the total supposed working hour, and we will get the basic salary. And then for the gross salary, we use the basic salary add with total allowance, and we get the gross salary. And then for the deduction, we add EPF and also by using the add formula. So right now we want to calculate the net salary. So as we can see at the Excel formula bar, to calculate the net salary, we gross salary minus the deduction, and they add the overtime rate, and here we have the net salary. Okay, right now we also use the Excel formula, which is to get the minimum net salary, maximum net salary, and average net salary. And lastly, we have overall total. So how we get the minimum net salary? So we use the function min. In the brackets we have here net salary. We drag from Z9 until Z108, and we will have the minimum salary. Same also to the maximum net salary. We use the function max in the brackets. We also drag the Z9 until Z108. So here I will show to you the Z108, and we will get the maximum net salary. And the average net salary, we use the function average, and also we drag from Z9 until Z108. And total net salary of our employee, we use sum. So sum of all this, we have 17,403.85. So these are the total of minimum, add with maximum, and add with average net salary. That's all for me.
So now I will continue with the overtime employee summary. So this sheet is important so that the employee or the HR will know their name, department, position, their total working hours, working rate, overtime hours, and overtime rate for the specific month. So we will start with the employee ID, which is, for example, OG021. So their employee name is Dewi Kasturi. So the formula that we use is VLOOKUP. So D5 as the reference, and all this information will are stated from employee data, which is here. All of this employee data. And B8 Z108. B8 is the employee data and Z108 is their net salary. So and then number 2 is employee name. Employee data name is at column number 2, which is here, column number 2. And we use force bar formula to get an exact match and accurate data.
Okay, I will continue with the payslip. So basically, payslip is a document for the employees to know their salary for each month. So this is the proof by the HR to know how many of their allowance, how many of their overtime, EPF, so. Okay, so basically for payslip, we are using a VLOOKUP. Before that, I want to show the example first how the payslip will be appeared. So for example, employee ID. Okay, employee ID value should start from OG and then the number of the employee ID. So I will choose OG 007 and will appear Balkis Amani. So why is automatically appear? Because of we are using VLOOKUP formula. So VLOOKUP D6 is the main reference, which is the employee ID, which we want to search for whom. So and then employee data, we are using this all data that we have collect, and also the second the two is means that it show the second tab of the employee data, which is the name, and will be difference in the number of the table. It depends on the employee data, which is the production department will be on the 8th table in the employee data here. And then so the payslip also show the how earnings of the basic salary of the employees, their allowance for a month, and then the overtime. So they are also appear for the total deduction, and then they will get the net salary of that month for the employees that we select in the employee ID.
So this is our data analysis. We have our pivot table and our pivot chart. Pivot table is from our employee data sheet, and we are using slicer to analyze the department total net salary. And we can see the pivot chart and pivot table shows the selected department on the slicer. That means filtered data to get certain department that we want to analyze instead of overseeing the data. For example, I choose department engineer and department material handler. So here it shows the difference between the department that makes easier for the human resource department to analyze the difference for the net salary on each department. That's all from me. To be concluded, this project highlights the importance of applying management information system to solve real business challenges. By designing an employee and payroll management system for Ocean Gas Holding Berhad, we are helping the company handle its growing workforce more effectively. The system we propose will make salary processing faster, more accurate and more transparent, which is crucial for maintaining employee trust and satisfaction. Not only will system benefit employees through clear payslip and timely payment, but it will also reduce the workload and stress on the HR department by minimizing repetitive manual tasks and human error. In addition, the system supports compliance with legal requirements for contributions and deductions, which protects the company from costly penalties and strengthens its professional reputation. Another important point is that this system can grow alongside Ocean Gas Holding Berhad as the company expands thanks to its flexible and scalable structure. It also provides cleaner, more organized employee data, giving management better information to make decisions about future manpower needs, budgets and workforce planning. Overall, this project demonstrates how even a simple Excel-based management information system can create a meaningful impact on both operational efficiency and employee experience. We believe it will help Ocean Gas Holding Berhad build a more reliable, fair and professional payroll process that supports long-term growth and stability for the entire organization.